he said are colluding to derail key government projects through the courts. Abdiaziz Hashim has the details.
President William Ruto this afternoon joined other leaders and residents of Soy in Uasin Gishu County in marking the first Sunday church service of the new year 2024. It is here where the Commander-in-Chief said corruption in some government institutions has not only impeded but delayed Kenya from realizing its full potential.
Maendeleo ya Kenya, transformation ya nchi yetu ya Kenya imechelewa. Wale walianza na sisi, nchi ya Singapore, nchi ya Malaysia, nchi ya Korea, wako mbele sana kutuliko. Hii yetu ya Kenya imechelewa na hatuna muda tena ya kupoteza kuchelewesha hata zaidi.
The recent spat between the executive and the judiciary also resurfaced, with the head of state extending an olive branch to both the judiciary and the legislature.
And that is why I want to ask all leaders, let us avoid unnecessary negative competition. There should be no competition between the executive, the judiciary, or the legislature. We must work together for the benefit of millions of Kenyans who pay taxes, people who look after us. We must expand opportunity for them.
However, the president, alongside the various leaders who accompanied him, took a swipe at those individuals who they claim have colluded with few corrupt judicial officials to halt government initiatives such as the Affordable Housing Project and the new Social Health Insurance Fund that replaces NHIF.
Simamisha hii, wewe tayari uko na mshahara, wewe uko na kazi, unaenda kuzuia hawa ambao hawana kazi. Wewe unatumia ile pesa ambaye unalipwa mshahara, unaenda kutafuta wakili, unamlipa. Unaenda kotini, unahongana. Hawa ambao hawana kazi ya kulipa wakili, hawana pesa ya kuhongana kotini. Hawa watu mambo yao itakuwa wapi? Ndio nimesema mimi nitasimama na hawa ambao hawana pesa.
President Ruto at the same time said that the government plans to invest 37 billion shillings into the agricultural sector, especially in the dairy sector, to ensure KCC pays farmers on time. Abdiaziz Hashim for Sunday Express.
At the same time, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has asked the judiciary to stop being a stumbling block to government development programs meant to help Kenyans. Speaking Sunday when he joined athletes and athletics enthusiasts at Tinderet Bargetuny Mountain Run National Championship in Nandi County, the Deputy President said it is not right for judicial officers to continue frustrating government projects through the courts, yet they have a social contract with the people which must be honored.
The Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has told judges and magistrates to be patriotic and accountable in discharging their duties. The DP was speaking in Tinderet Bargetuny Mountain Run National Championship in Nandi County, said the suspension of government projects by the judiciary was an attempt by opponents to sabotage key government programs through the courts.
And they should not live in utopia. Wakitoa hizi judgment, pia walete koti huko kwa raia, waulize maoni ya raia. Waulize raia, hii mnataka NHIF ipunguzwe from 500 to 300 ama hamtaki. Lakini wanakaa pale kwa kompyuta na kuandika judgment.
Gachagua said the courts ought to be accountable for their decisions, adding that other arms of government were under scrutiny by respective institutions for their actions.
Hawa judges nani na oversight hawa? Tukiuliza swali tunaambiwa tusiulize. Iko independence of the judiciary. But somebody must also hold them to account. And they also must be accountable. And they must also accept to be held to account.
The DP saying programs meant to benefit wananchi, including the revamping of National Health Insurance Fund to cater for their medical needs and affordable housing project, were being frustrated in the courts.
Mambo ya healthcare program. Rais anataka tupunguze malipo kutoka 500 mpaka 300. Mbona wanasimamisha?
He said that Kenya Kwanza government is on a mission to ensure all farmers reap from their hard work.
we've been able to work very hard to ensure that our people who are in these various sectors will get what they are sweating for in their farms.
The DP was flanked by a host of leaders, including the head of public service, Felix Kosgei, Nandi Governor Stephen Sang, and Tinderet Member of Parliament, Julius Meli, who is the patron of the Mountain Run Athletics Kenya. Parsai Frederick, Sunday Express.
Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza has broken her silence on an incident where on Saturday DCI detectives sealed off her official residence situated in Milimani Estate within Meru town, terming it as a scene of crime in connection with the murder of Meru blogger Daniel Muthiani, alias Sniper. The governor, while preaching at Vaite Family Fellowship Church in Makutano, Meru town, maintained that she was not involved in any way in the murder of the outspoken blogger. Mwangaza claims that her political rivals in the devolved units are behind her tribulations.
Hours after sleuths attached to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI Homicide Unit pitched tent at the official residence of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza in Milimani Estate in Meru Town, cordoning it off for the better part of Saturday.
Governor's residence inalindwa na askari, na kama kuna mtu wa kuuliza wa kwanza ni askari wa mchana na askari wa usiku. Maana wanakaa pale.
The county boss has voiced their concerns. Speaking during a Sunday sermon at Baite Family Fellowship Church in Makutano, Meru Town, Governor Kawira Mwangaza said her political nemesis are seeking to malign her name politically.
Wamekuja na njia nyingine. Wamejaribu impeachment, wameshindwa. Wamejaribu cases, wameshindwa. Wamejaribu kututoa uhai, wameshindwa. Wamejaribu kutuharibia majina, wameshindwa. Wamekuja na ingine ya juzi. Nataka kutangaza nikiwa bishop wenu. Yes. Maana mikono ya bishop wenu ni misafi.
The governor further urged the DCI officers not to be biased but to bring those who are involved to book.
Kama ulishindwa kura, pumzika. Na kama unataka kuwa governor, tukutane 2027. Yes. Lakini hamtasumbua Meru tena. Tunaomba justice, si kwa huyo mtoto peke yake. Justice kwa kila mtu ambaye ako Meru. Yes. Justice kwa vijana wetu ambao wanakufa Ndumoru. Justice kwa Mbijewe. But justice kwa kila mtu. Na hatutaki siasa mbaya katika Meru. Kwa hivyo kuanzia kesho tutaongea. Na tutasema haki itendeke. Na serikali fanya kazi yake.
The team led by the Upper Eastern DCI Coordinator Lenny Kisaka, Homicide Director Martin Nyuguto, and Meru County Secretary Kiamba Atheru stated that they are seeking an additional 21 days that will enable them to conclude investigations, noting that more suspects are yet to be arrested.
Kwa hivyo tunaomba kama kanisa, vitengo vyote vya serikali, mnapofanya kazi ambayo iko Meru, do not be biased. Msisukumwe kisiasa na watu ambao tulishinda kura. Yes. Maana tunawajua. Yes. Na tutawataja kwa majina. Yes.
So far, the 5 suspects presently in police custody are Kenneth Mutua Gatiri, alias Gasigi, Frederick Morioki Kiungu, alias Pope, Franklin Kimathi, alias Duduras, Timothy Kinoti, alias Timo, and Murangiri Kenneth Guntai, alias Stali. The 5 suspects are expected to be arraigned in court on Monday. Abdiaziz Hashim for Sunday Express.
The murder of Sniper there caused a lot of debate on social media platforms as well as, Meru County there, with now Governor Kawira Mwangaza saying that she is not involved in any way regard to that murder. Now, 21 days for sleuths to continue with the investigation. Well, Kawira Mwangaza made history in 2023, having survived 2 impeachment attempts there. So what happens in Meru County? We'll be keeping tabs. Now, Azimio leader Raila Odinga has condemned the ongoing Israel-Hamas war that has claimed 10 casualties among the women, tens of thousands among women and children. And speaking in an orphanage in Malindi, where he celebrated his 79th birthday with children drawn from 8 children homes in Kilifi County, Raila expressed concern over the deteriorating welfare of children in the Gaza Strip. The opposition leader dedicated his birthday to the liberation of the children and the people of Palestine. Timothy Kipnusu with the details.
Opposition leader Raila Odinga's 79th birthday was celebrated Sunday in various parts of the country. Cutting of his birthday cake done simultaneously at 3 p.m. across the country. Odinga celebrated the day in Malindi orphanage with children from 8 children's home in Kilifi County. Odinga, who dedicated his birthday to the liberation of the children and people of Palestine, termed the Gaza attack as genocide.
Tumepata huzuni kubwa zaidi kuona kule Palestina, kule Gaza, watoto wadogo wakiwekwa pale ni wanakufa. Tumeona vita inaendelea kule Gaza, lakini kile ambacho inafanyika pale na serikali ya Israeli ni genocide.
It was a memorable day for the 5 children who are also celebrating their birthday with the opposition leader, donating food for 1 month for each of the 8 children's homes.
Today, I think it's a very special day because today is birthday of Baba. Baba alipozaliwa hakukuwa mzee kama alivyo leo. Alikuwa mtoto, si ndio? He was a day old, isn't it? Kwa hivyo nikiongea hapa na tena naongea na watoto. Na watoto, mtu asije kuambia wewe ni yatima au nini. Watoto wote ni watoto wa Mungu.
The same celebration reverberated in Kajiado County. In a colorful event held at Kitengela Township, locals showered the former premier with praises over his efforts and consistency in championing for the right of Kenyans.
Thank you, Baba. May God bless you. May He give you strength. May He be with you. May He light your path. Every walk, every step you make for this nation.
Celebrations of Raila's birthday in Nairobi Central Business District turned chaotic after police lobbed tear gas canisters at Raila's supporters who allegedly congregated without a permit, with the police saying the gathering was illegal. And supporters of Raila Odinga in Kisumu turned up in large numbers at Oginga Odinga Street along KCB roundabout to mark a very important day in the opposition leader's calendar with a message of respect to the rule of law.
Sasa uhuru yenye tumebaki naye ni uhuru wa judiciary, kwa sababu wakati mahakama ilifanya maamuzi ya kwamba alishinda, Raila Odinga alisema ya kwamba he respects the decision of the judiciary, but he does not agree with the decision of the judiciary at that time. Yes. Happy birthday, dear Baba.
In Isiolo, ODM party leaders and members joined Kenyans in celebrating party leader and opposition chief Raila Odinga's 79th birthday.
Baba still is very young. Tunamwombea Baba awe na maisha marefu.
Timothy Kipnusu for Sunday Express.
I'm sure you also heard the voice of that lady there saying, "Waachie achukue keki," right? Cake is very important. Well, happy birthday to Raila Odinga. Now, Vanessa Ongema, a medical student, captured on video causing chaos at Port Victoria Hospital in Busia County, has been arrested. The 22-year-old presented herself to the Busia Town Police Station, accompanied by her lawyer, Leonard Okanda. She filed a statement at the DCI investigation office in Busia, where she's being held. Busia County Police Commander Joe Lekute said she will be arraigned in court on Monday to face various charges, including public disturbance. Vanessa caused public outcry after a video where she was heckling a health worker surfaced online. Health workers at the hospital have since halted service provision, protesting the unruly behavior.
She's been arrested and she's been processed, taken tomorrow to court, being charged with the offense of creating disturbance and damaging property.
The events of 1st of January are deeply regretted. All we are asking is that in view of the fact that operations at the facility in Port Victoria have come to a stall since this event, we want to humbly plead to medical workers at that particular facility and elsewhere in the country to resume operations. Vanessa herself is a medic who respects the medical profession. She respects nurses deeply, and we do not wish that whatever happened on 1st of January be the reason why people in Port Victoria and the neighboring areas have to suffer.
Mohammed Anwar Khan, as a seasoned rally driver, is on a mission that goes beyond the thrill of the road. His journey is a testament to a father's unwavering love and determination to change his daughter's life. He is gearing up for a remarkable journey set to cover 3,657 kilometers from Kenya to South Africa. The aim being to raise funds for his daughter's treatment and bring awareness on the challenges associated with cerebral palsy.
I'm ahead of you. Yes, you are. I'm done. I'm waiting for this.
Meet Saira Khan, a resilient and bubbly individual who hasn't allowed her disability to dim her spirit. Living with cerebral palsy since birth, she shares the day-to-day hurdles she faces.
Like, I can't walk on my own. I need to be assisted in walking, lifting, like the day-to-day activities like showering, going to the bathroom. I need my mom's help and my house help.
Despite the challenges, hope shines through as the family discovered a treatment facility in India specializing in regenerative therapy called stem cell transplant. This procedure offers the potential to replace damaged cells in the brains of cerebral palsy patients.
Unfortunately, at the moment, we haven't had such facilities, so we had to approach India and we got positive feedback.
The treatment is stem cell therapy. It has not been introduced in Kenya yet, but I have seen cases of 2-3 people, children who were taken to India, and they have it has improved.
However, the path to transformation comes at a cost, a whopping 4 million shillings.
We're looking for sponsorships from well-wishers and stakeholders to help us out to try to make my dream come true. And inshallah, God willing, if we can do that and raise some funds and use those funds for my daughter's treatment, the surplus, we will try to assist others who need help.
To aid this life-changing procedure, Raj Soni, a generous donor, contributed his vintage Datsun 1600 SSS.
The charity drive to South Africa. And driving to South Africa has always been a dream of mine. So I decided, why not do it for a purpose instead of something that's more of a leisure activity.
The seasoned driver plans to drive the timeless classic to South Africa, not just to raise funds, but also to shine a light on the daily struggles of those living with disabilities. The Khan family now reaches out to well-wishers, appealing for support to make this journey possible and contribute to Saira's healthier and brighter future.
So once she is self-dependent, at least if she can come out of bed, be on the wheelchair and move around in the house, because at the moment she cannot do anything. She's 90 or 95% dependent on others.
I'll be able to do most of the activities myself that I can't be able to do myself right now. Hopefully it will help me be more mobilized, I'll be more independent, have a better future, inshallah.
The donations can be channeled through M-Pesa numbers 0725 28 4468 or 0723 85 5672. Joan Junge for Sunday Express.
You see, gratitude as well as a giving heart is what we all need and makes us human. So you might also take part in this particular medical appeal towards that journey to South Africa to help change the life of Mohammed Anwar's Khan daughter there. The number is 0725 28 44 68. And in case you missed the digits, well, our website is open for your perusal, www.kbc.co.ke, and also get us on Twitter for further details at KBC Channel 1, or rather what we refer to as X. For now, we take a quick breather. We'll be right back.
Cheza Loto Moto. School fees ya msichana imemalizwa.
Loto Moto. May the Almighty God bless you. Keep on doing the right thing.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
敌人的进攻加强，目标仍然是科学界的高层。王冕教授，看完了这份名单，你有什么感受吗？4次，黑球下一次是否听下？
你以为这点小把戏能骗得了我吗？至少轮到我了。
In a world filled with uncertainty, there is one thing we can always count on: the power of compassion and generosity. Every day, families in Kenya face unimaginable challenges and hardships. They struggle to put food on the table, provide shelter for their loved ones, and access basic health care. But today, you have the power to make a difference. By just contributing 1 shilling and 50 cents from your airtime, your generosity can provide access to sanitary pads, nutritious food, clean water, education, and life-saving medical care to those who need it most. To support this cause, please tune in to your favorite radio station under the KBC umbrella for step-by-step instructions on how to subscribe. KBC Helping Hands. Together, we can make a difference and bring hope to those in need.
Good evening, I'm Regina Manyara and this is Sunday Express. Now, a 60-year-old man in Mombasa County is appealing for financial assistance from well-wishers to help him raise 2 million shillings to undergo throat cancer treatment in India. Cornelius Kiminza is suffering from pharyngeal cancer, a condition that affects the hollow cone-shaped tube between the nose and the esophagus.
According to his family, Cornelius Kibinza was diagnosed with throat cancer 10 years ago. But with the support of the Glorious River Church, he managed to undergo a surgery in India that involved the installation of a tube at his neck that aided him in talking well and also allowed the passage of food easily. However, in late 2023, again began to experience challenges with speech and the ability to swallow food easily, prompting him to seek further medication back again in India.
Ni ugonjwa ambao kiutaalamu wanasema ni cancer level 4. Kuna wakati tulifanya changizo, akaenda India, akapata matibabu ambayo yalimsaidia. Aliwekwa kifaa cha kumsaidia kuongea, maana ni kansa ya koo. Kifaa kile kikafanya kazi kwa miaka inapata 10 tangu awekwe. Ila kufikia mwaka jana kifaa hicho kikaleta matatizo, ikawa hata kula kwake ni shida, chakula badala kiende tumboni kinatoka, na pia kuongea kwake ikawa kumeanza kuleta shida.
However, Kiminza's medication in India was halted in December last year due to a lack of funds.
Kufikia hivi sasa kuna kiwango ambacho kinahitajika, na hata kukaa kwao kule, maana wanalipia nyumba wanamokaa, na hata chakula limekuwa ni tatizo kubwa hilo. Hata hivi tunavyoongea wamemaliza karibu wiki hawana chakula.
The family, which is stranded in India, is now calling upon well-wishers to help them raise 2 million shillings for Kiminza to continue with this treatment.
Bili ilikuja ni 2 million ambao inahitajika ndio aweze kufanyiwa hiyo operation. Kwa hivyo tunaomba muweze kutusaidia ku raise hii amount 2 million ndio aweze kuweza kufanyiwa surgery ya hiyo pahali na aweze kurejeshewa hiyo face box.
The donations can be channeled through paybill number 522522, account number 1250168066, or M-Pesa number 0700527294. M-Pesa name Rose Kiminza.
Still further details are available on our website. Now, when schools reopen this Monday on the 8th of January, learners will be met with numerous challenges, including reduced subjects. Teachers maintaining their readiness to receive children returning to school. A spot check by KBC Channel 1 reveals a tough time bedeviling parents, among them high cost of learning materials. This as experts insist all will be well as CBC system fully kicks in this year.
An eerie silence meets me when I arrive at Donholm Primary School in Nairobi. The situation is, however, set to change when over 2,000 learners resume classes for first time this Monday. The new academic year will herald numerous changes in schools across the country.
I want to assure you that it is not a new world in our primary schools and the comprehensive schools. Because we have been assimilating ourselves to the situation of CBC for the last 7 years. So actually, this year will be a relief that we are not having an extra class being called 844. We are having full CBC. CBC is a curriculum where learners really enjoy what they are doing.
Top among them will be reduced subjects for learners, as recommended by the Presidential Working Party on Educational Reforms. And according to the school's head teacher, Johnson Zioka, who also doubles as the Kenya Primary School Head Teachers Association, KEPSHA National Chairperson, rationalization of learning areas will reduce workload on teachers and learners.
So I think just like I am encouraging the learners to know that they are coming back to a more relaxed environment, the parents should also know that the stress which was being imagined into them is not there.
So how much is this one?
In a busy school uniform in Nairobi, I met Lucy Kahete, a parent of a grade 6 pupil, keen to fulfill her solemn duty to prepare her school-going children.
The uniform, I can say the rate. Of course, the rate is not the same like last year. I have bought them quite a little bit expensive. But all the same, we have to do it because the children, they have to go back to school.
And just like Lucy, Alan Masegulu has also been purchasing books for his school-going children. But contrary to his expectations, the reduction of learning material has not been reflected on their shelf price.
Actually, in an ideal position, that ought to have been the case after the revision down from the old system of 844 and the migration into CBC. Personally, I was anticipating that the number of books, the number of subjects would drastically come down. They try to consolidate this particular one so that at the end of the day, I was feeling that maybe parents would have not to dig deep into their pockets to buy so many books that we experience right now.
Meanwhile, trouble is brewing following threats by junior secondary school teachers to down their tools starting this Monday. The teachers are demanding employment on a full-time basis, a call echoed by Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET Secretary General Akelo Misori.
But at the same time, we are asking government to improve the terms of those junior secondary school teachers so that instead of them being discriminated on their amounts being paid for their monthly stipend, it be improved between 20,000 to 25,000.
He warns the government against what he terms subjecting education to casual laborers at the expense of learners.
We know we have got all the challenges that are there because the economy is not doing so well. But if we miss it in planning well for the environment where the learning is taking place, then we shall have lost an entire generation.
This, as National Parents Association Chairperson Silas Abuhasa, however, implores the teachers to give the government more time to address their demands.
I go by what the government wishes to do on this matter. Because if the same teachers are given permanent and perishable employment immediately and there's no money to pay them, they'll still again want to go on strike, that they're not getting pay. So we advise the teachers, one, if the government has given them internship, they should thank God first. There are many teachers who are trained and they have no employment. Many of them are trained. They're outside here, qualified. They are just waiting. Should these guys even go down their tools, if they can happen to do that? I can assure these intern teachers that if they go on strike and put the tools down, the tools down, by Monday morning, the government will have employed new teachers to take over their positions.
And with the 844 system well on its way out, analysts reckon the country is set to usher in a learning process with more uniformity.
We are able to speak about learning that is uniform, learning that has a similar curriculum running, that is from primary running to the junior secondary. I'm foreseeing that teachers now will be able to embark on research, being able to bring out the best ideas of CBC, being able to be competent enough to train our students to gain the competence that is required in the learning of this CBC curriculum.
Stakeholders also agree that despite challenges including insufficient number of teachers and infrastructure in schools, the country is well on course to achieve a seamless implementation of the CBC curriculum.
Right now, we were used to the 844 curriculum. Like for the one who is joining secondary school, he has just completed the 844 curriculum. And these ones who have joined, it has not even yet settled well. We can also feel it. But what we are praying is that they adapt.
There's been some challenges on the change of the syllabus, but now we expect, if it's fully effective and professionally effective, that things will be better.
For Sunday Express, I'm Joseph Wahungu.
Indeed, it's back to school. For now, a quick breather. We'll be back with more.
Kwenye ulimwengu wa sasa, taaluma za mikono zina umaarufu mwingi. Jiunge na Sensei Institute of Technology tukupe ujuzi na uzoefu wa kushughulikia ulimwengu. Tunafunza taaluma kama plant operator, plant mechanics, kuendesha gari na trailer, kuweka CCTV na alarm, kuweka solar, kuweka stima, motorcycle, motor vehicle mechanics na electronics, teknolojia ujenzi wa mijengo, ujenzi wa barabara na mabwawa, hospitality na taaluma nyinginezo. Kujiunga nasi, beba kitambulisho chako na utembelee tawi letu lolote. Sensei College, my skills, my future.
Cheza Loto Moto.
School fees mtoto imelipwa, lakini bado tunataka kuendelea throughout.
Loto Moto imekuja kwa maisha yetu when I needed it the most. That is all I can say for now. I'm so grateful. May God bless you.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
You're still watching Sunday Express. Now, over 1,000 students have benefited from the Wings to Fly program. The program is a 4-year, fully sponsored initiative that benefits bright but needy children. During the commissioning of this year's program, the beneficiaries were urged to take full advantage of opportunities being given to them so that they can better their lives. Speaking during the event, Equity Group CEO James Mwangi also urged scholars not to focus on the obstacles of their past, but opportunities the future presents.
Messages of hope, inspiration and mentorship dominated the commissioning of Wings to Fly Scholars Commissioning as the program's alumni narrated their journeys to success.
I have been admitted into Harvard University, where I plan to do computational neuroscience.
It is not by chance that he's going where he did. He has a track record of achievement. And now,
I was also position 2 in the whole country.
Position 2 in the entire country. And 4 years ago, he was seated where you are seated.
Then I was called to join the Equity Leaders Program, then also Equity College Counseling Program, and I got admitted to the best university in the world, Princeton University.
From doctors, engineers, managers, as well as founders, alumni inspired the scholars from disadvantaged backgrounds who noted that the right attitude, gratitude and commitment was a necessity for them to excel.
I've specialized in surgery of the bony structures and the soft tissues of the face and the mouth.
And I got an A of 83. Rumor A of 83. Yeah, and what are you doing now? So I lead the Pan-African tech companies.
Equity Group CEO Dr. James Mwangi called on the scholars to focus on learning and not the challenges back at home to achieve their dreams.
Things don't happen. They are made to happen. And you can see he has made it happen. And you don't do it by applying to Preston and getting admitted. It's a story of consistency in success.
He also urged the scholars to use the opportunity granted to them to fly in life and adopt values necessary to prosper in life.
It would be unfortunate 4 years later to come back and realize you never used the wings to transform yourself. You will have lost that golden opportunity of becoming who you could ever be.
Nairobi Governor and the Ministry of Education officials who graced the event pledged to support the scholars, even as they urged them to give their best to inspire those behind them.
I am personally also committed to ensuring the next generation, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds, get a chance in life, get an opportunity to reach their full potential. That the equalization of opportunities becomes the prerogative of all of us.
And as we have appealed in the past for our teachers, we do request that these scholars, as they settle down, even if they miss something for a day or two, please understand them. Let us not keep them away from school.
During the session, the scholars were handed over their admission letters to various high schools. Over 56,000 students applied for the scholarship, with only 1,000 getting the opportunity. 22,000 have benefited from the program since its inception 15 years ago. For Sunday Express, I'm Gladys Mungai.
15-year-old Nina Nganga has embarked on a vaccination campaign aimed at eliminating rabies. The Grade 10 pupil seeks to fundraise over 700,000 shillings to administer at least 1,000 vaccinations, 180 surgeries and health checkups for both cats and dogs. This she hopes to achieve by the end of January 2024.
Rabies is a vaccine-preventable, zoonotic viral disease affecting the central nervous system. It spreads to people and animals via saliva, usually through bites, scratches or direct contact with eyes, mouth or open wounds. According to the World Health Organization, it is nearly 100% fatal once medical symptoms occur. According to a recent report by the Kenya Small and Companion Animal Veterinary Association, 2,000 lives are lost annually in Kenya as a result of rabies. 40% of these are children. The report further places Nairobi as having the highest cases of rabies, followed by Nakuru, Kwale, Kilifi, Wajir, Narok and Isiolo. Within Nairobi, Kibra, Kawangware, Dagoretti, Kangemi, Kayole and Uthiru are identified as hotspots due to high population density and the prevalence of garbage sites. To change the narrative, 15-year-old Nina Nganga is a girl on a mission.
Because everyone has a Bosco in their neighborhood. My school project evolved into a community campaign for dogs and cats because it solves a problem, because rabies is a big thing. People just don't pay that much attention to it. And my school project is based on something that can be a big impact.
Through her campaign dubbed Vaccination for Poor Nation, she hopes to raise 700,000 shillings in collaboration with TNR Trust Nairobi.
And it'll be of use by buying the supplies and also veterinary professionals.
The campaign will first focus on ensuring that all dogs and cats in Nairobi's Dagoretti area receive vaccinations by the end of January, with a repeat cycle every 6 months over the next 3 years.
If you vaccinate 70% of the dogs in an area over the 3 years repeatedly, then you can consider that area properly covered for a rabies outbreak or rabies infection. And if no dog tests positive within those the 70% vaccinated, you can declare that area free from rabies.
Qualified veterinarians, veterinary students, and county government officials will be on site in Dagoretti, offering free vaccinations, sterilizations, wound care, deworming, and educational outreach to pet owners.
Dagoretti is a hotspot for rabies. It doesn't have an outbreak because the outbreak must be analyzed and quantified by the government. It has to come from the government that there's an outbreak. But the practicing vets know that even a single case of rabies is as bad as an outbreak.
Nancy Okware, Sunday Express.
Well, shortly we're going to be hearing from our colleague from the sports department, that is Bernardo Kumu, on what is happening in the sporting arena, so do keep it right here.
Dereva, kutumia simu wakati uko barabarani ni hatari kwako, abiria wako na kwa wengine wote walio barabarani. Wengi wamepoteza maisha yao au kujeruhiwa baada ya kuhusika katika ajali zilizosababishwa na madereva wanaotumia simu. Usiwe mmoja wao. Usalama barabarani unaanza na wewe. Ujumbe huu unaletwa kwako na Kenya National Highways Authority. Quality Highways, Better Connections.
Get ready for the captivating return of the FKF Premier League, exclusively on KBC. Brace yourself for the thrill of football as 18 teams battle it out for glory. Every week, KBC brings you not one, but two heart-pounding matches, delivering the best football action right to your living room. The stakes are higher than ever. The league champion takes home a handsome prize of 5 million shillings and also earns the honor of representing Kenya in the prestigious CAF Champions League. Feel the adrenaline, experience the suspense, and join the roar of the crowd as we celebrate the return of Kenya's football legacy. The FKF Premier League, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1 and KBC radio stations. Save the date, mark your calendars, and get ready for the ultimate football spectacle. Coming to you live only on KBC. KBC, your true sports partner.
Why? Why would you tell me that? What? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. Welcome back and a very good evening. Welcome to Sunday Express once again. Sports time. I'm Bernardo Kumo. Now to athletics, where Ethiopian athletes did dominate and win the 2024 Dubai Marathon on Sunday morning as Kenyan athletes failed to spark in both the men's and women's 42-kilometer races. Now Kenya's Douglas Chebi could only finish 7th, clocking 2 hours, 8 minutes and 15 seconds in the men's race won by Ethiopian Adisu Gobena in 2 hours, 5 minutes and 1 second. Dume Chalemi and Magersa Dejene, both from Ethiopia, finished second and third respectively. Now the story was the same in the women's category, which with the race being won by Ethiopian Tigist Ketema in 2 hours, 9 minutes and 5 seconds. Now she was followed by Ruti Aga, also from Ethiopia, in 2 hours, 19 minutes and 29 seconds as defending champion Dera Dida finished third. Now the Kenyan women faced a tough challenge with reigning Rome Marathon champion Betty Chepkoni failing to complete the race.
She's been and seemed very up for this race, and certainly that.
Patriots over the years here has one more name on it. Adisu Gobena is the winner of Dubai Marathon 2024. Then comes towards the line. It will be the quickest debut in the history of marathon running. She's going to be just under 2:16, or is she? No, just outside 2:16, I think. It matters not. It's been a brilliant debut from the 25-year-old former middle distance runner. No wonder she kisses the ground here in Dubai, because that was a truly blessed performance.
And the Kenya national rugby sevens team will approach every game at next weekend's Challenger Series in Dubai as a final, with the aim of reclaiming the country's position globally. Now, the team of 12 players that will be on duty in Dubai was unveiled Sunday ahead of the Challenger Series, and they are motivated by the fact that a win will propel them closer to returning to the World Rugby Sevens Series, where they were relegated last May. Shujaa will begin the Challenger Series campaign against Mexico on Friday before facing neighbors Uganda on the same day and wrap up their Pool C fixtures against Germany on Saturday. The team departs tomorrow along with their female counterparts, Lionesses, who will also be competing in the Challenger Series with a chance to grace the World Rugby Sevens Series for the first time at stake.
Anya straightening, Anya piercing, Anya scoring. Hayashi, the skipper, delayed on the pass, delayed too much, couldn't be taken. Abukuse, he's quick, and so is Jeff Odowatch, the qualified policeman, laying down the law in Toulouse.
And Lamasi FC emerged winners of this year's Mngaro Mtaani Sune Cup after beating Ted Soka FC 3-1 via penalty kicks in the final played Sunday at Lucky Summer Grounds here in Nairobi. The two teams played to a 0-0 draw during the normal time, with the sport kicks being used to decide the winner. En route to the final, La Masia saw off Blep Kenya 2-0, while Ted Soka defeated Soka Boys 3-1 in the semi-finals.
To pay tribute to his work, to pay tribute to the young people playing football, the perseverance they're showing in life, going forward, wanting to change their lives. And you see that they're almost playing in mud today, so that really shows a lot of determination. These kids are underprivileged. Now, this is mentoring through sports. They get opportunities, they get to win, they get to show how they can go forward in life. They get support for their schooling, that we are giving a bit in mathematics this time. They get support for believing in themselves, just like Samuel here got at one stage. And I think that that is very important.
We keep them safe. You know, it's just a week, 2 days to school, and many kids can be carried away if they're not locked up together. So Mngaro Mtaani, we decided that we can keep them safe during this holiday, when the parents are looking for the school fees. So this is another way of keeping them safe so that they can go to school. We know very well that like summer we don't have a ground, and you can see the way the field it is. We are praying that the authorities can take measures and can help these children, because if you don't build them today, who will make them leaders of tomorrow?
A total of 16 teams took part in the 4-day tournament that sought to offer mentorship as well as a platform to the emerging soccer talents.
Most of them are also now playing for the under-13 national team. And we still know that they're trying to expose themselves, and there are coaches out there that maybe are also watching what's going on and scout them so that they can actually get better development.
And well done to Torres and his partners there in Lakisama. To Kenya Premier League now, where FC Leopards recorded just their third win of the campaign, moving up to 12th position on the FKF Premier League. Now, on the FKF Premier League table, Musa Oundo netted the lone goal of the match in the 12th minute of their game. Of course, scored that game against Ulinzi Stars, beating them, and that particular win moved them away from the relegation to also the third win in 17 matches for Leopards this season, and put them on equal 18 points with Kariobangi Sharks, who are 13th on the table. In the other matches played today, Sofapaka thrashed Bidco 3-0, Kariobangi Sharks drew 1-1 with Moranga Seal, while Tusk FC earned an easy 5-0 win over KCB. Further afield, Kevin De Bruyne made his return to competitive football for the first time since August, as Manchester City began their defence of the FA Cup with a comfortable 5-0 victory against Huddersfield Town at Etihad Stadium. Now De Bruyne, who has been sidelined with a hamstring injury, came on in the second half as 2 goals from Phil Foden, as well as strikes by Julian Alvarez, Jeremy Doku and a Ben Jackson own goal sent Pep Guardiola's side into the 4th round.
Neatly done, Alvarez. And finally in by Foden. On a walking pace, managed to find Nunez. Oh, and it's finally turned in by Alvarez. One here from Mateus Nunez. The possibility for Bob. And he finds the net.
Just all about fitness for him, isn't it? You know, he's been told to make those runs, be a threat in behind, and
well, beautifully teed up and fabulously finished by Foden. Oscar Bob, De Bruyne, possibility here, Doku! Injury today for Pep Guardiola, but the bonus, De Bruyne getting some match miles on the clock. In the end, every bit as comprehensive as we...
And to Italian Serie A, where goals from Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Olivier Giroud and Chaka Toure gave AC Milan a 3-0 win to Empoli in their early kick-off Serie A game today. Now the win means that Milan keep pace with rivals Inter Milan and Juventus at the top of the table. And of course, the results from Italian Serie A is how we put the cap on today's edition of Sports on Sunday Express. But remember that in other results of the FA Cup, which I can see Regina Manyara nodding her head to it, Arsenal did lose that particular 4th FA Cup round match against Liverpool by 2-0. So that means that Arsenal are out. Meanwhile, I'm also out. Have a lovely week. I'm Bernardo Kumu.
No. We don't want you out yet, Okumu. 2 comments here.
Yes.
Now that Arsenal said Arsenal is out, we're looking at indeed it's going to be a quiet week. Yeah. We thank God, for Liverpool there. When you say out, what does that mean? What does this mean? What does this loss for Arsenal mean?
Of course, it dumps them out of that particular cup that's named after their sponsors. people who sponsor that particular championship, they also sponsor Arsenal, so they're out of that particular tournament, while Liverpool advances to the next round, which is the 4th round now.
I'd say, well, at some point, there was a joke about the elephant being on top of a tree and now it has tumbled out of the FA. There goes for Arsenal. Anyway, then let's talk about Gor. Quite interesting what is happening in the Kenya Premier League. I happen to be a Gor Mahia fan and I know we are 7 points clear. What do you have to say about that? Yeah,
Gor Mahia have been on I'll say perfect run under their coach, and also they've been scoring easily, at their will, and also they've been economical with their goals at times, just making sure that they win that particular game and they get the 3 points. Of course, it's a marathon. The league is a marathon, so it ends maybe in May or not, and what they're looking for is just to defend the title. Remember, they won it last year, though they were unlucky not to go for the Continental Championship due to 1 or 2 issues here and there. But this time around, I think they are on top of that particular table, 7 points clear of second place Rangers, and that really puts them, it's like a shoe-in for them for the title.
Indeed, the team is employing strategy, as you said. Now, today happens to be Raila Odinga's birthday as he turned 79. And I know one of the things that is actually trending on social media is the dispersion of those who had gathered in CBD earlier today to, celebrate the Premier's birthday there. And some of the information that we're getting through is that IG Japheth Koome has confirmed that action is going to be taken on those police men and women who lobbed tear gas to those who had gathered there. And we'll wait to see what happens. Well, that puts a cap on matters. Sunday Express being the first Sunday of this year. As we say, for what God has given you, 2 things. Be grateful, so gratitude is important, and pray for what you already have. And on a very light note, in regard to that particular video that is making circulation on social media in regard to the dispersion of those who had gathered to celebrate Raila Odinga's birthday, wacha tu tuchukue keki. Yes? Cake is very important. Have a great Sunday evening. I'm Regina. Manyara.